And I'm back with more Yakuza Like a Dragon. Today, we're going to do more Drink Link stuff. But I'm also going to try and show off something that should quicken their way to the end game. Because if I do this all in one episode, I can do this off camera. If it takes two, it takes two. But we're at the point of the game where there's pretty much just story remaining. There maybe is one side story and then one other big thing to do, but it's a lot of leveling up. So, let's do this first.
Yo, Jungi Han. If you're here drinking by yourself, I might as well join you.
Is that so? Well, I have no reason to tell you no. Do as you like. By the way, Kasuga-san, there's something I should tell you.
Hmm? What's up?
I was contacted by someone in the Komijuru. I've been told a group of people have been looking into me as of late. They seem to have learned that Jungi Han is somewhere in Ijincho.
No fooling. What's that all about?
No, we don't have much to go on at the moment. Nonetheless, we verified suspicious activity in my wake. That said, if they come seeking hostility, you and the others may be dragged into it along with me.
You know I don't mind getting dragged into your bullshit. We're tight.
That's precisely why I don't want to trouble you.
Don't be stupid. What's a friend for if you can't cause him some trouble every now and then? I welcome it with open arms, in fact. I can handle whatever shady shit you can throw at me.
Such enthusiasm. I can't say I'm not amused.
So, any guess as to who these guys might be?
I can't be 100% certain, but it's highly likely that they're remnants of the Jingon Mafia.
Jingon Mafia? Then they're basically old allies, right?
It's hard to say. To them, I'm just cannon fodder, impersonating their dead boss. Perhaps they see that as unforgivable, in which case their goal would be to punish me.
Punish?
It's possible they'd go so far as to kill me.
Then couldn't we just avoid all this shit by saying you're not Jungi Han anymore?
Maybe so.
It's gotta be weird being another person forever. It's probably best to just be yourself, right? If I were you, I'd try to get my old name and face back.
A name is one thing. A face, however, it's not something you can change time and time again. Moreover, I'm still waiting for more information on my pursuers. We shouldn't need to take action just yet.
Well, it's your call, so I'm good with that. But won't it be a drag if you get caught with your pants down and you're left wishing you would have been ready?
Right. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Man, you're always playing it so fucking cool. Would it kill you to listen to someone else for once?
I'd ask that you refrain from praise. You'll only embarrass me.
It wasn't a damn compliment.
I don't know. This guy's too cool for school and too cool for the room, so... Bam, bam, bam. Speaking of too cool for the room... The Chinese Majima. That's exactly what he looks like.
How goes it, Kasuga-kun?
Look at you. You're blending in already, Zhao.
You know it. Turns out drinks taste a lot better without bodyguards watching your every move.
Yeah? So that was the life of the former leader of the Yokohama Lumang.
That shit was dumped on me from the day I was born. Kind of a drag. Growing up knowing you had a fucking script.
Well, the nice thing about alcohol is it tastes better if you complain while you're drinking it.
Oh, sure. Enjoy my childhood trauma. But I guess after all the shit you've been through, you've earned it.
Your dad led the Yokohama Lumang before you, right? What's he doing now?
He died a few years after retiring. Right in his bed. He's lucky he never got shot or stabbed.
Hey, yeah. That's a real achievement for a gang boss.
Yeah, I guess so. and he only managed it by sleeping with one eye open his whole life. No matter how you slice it, it's not a great way to live. I sure as hell didn't want to lead the Liu Meng. But Mabuchi, this shit was always up his alley.
You mean Laoma? What even happened to that guy? I haven't even seen him since we kicked his ass during the whole Omi Alliance thing.
Don't you know what the Yokohama Liu Meng does to traders? They use them as filling that goes inside meat buns.
Yeah.
What? You serious? Right now Laoma is... Baoma?
You're fucking hilarious. But I was kidding. You think I'm the kind of guy who'd do that?
Yes.
I don't want to make any assumptions, but you're making it hard, man. For real. Where's Laoma?
I did not turn him into a meat bun, Kasuga-kun. That was a fucking joke.
Hey, I was hoping it was. I also know if he did something real bad, you could be tempted to grind him up.
Well, he may not be inside a bun, but I never said I didn't put a bullet in him.
So are you admitting that you did now?
Oh, you're softer than any bun out there. Look at you all worried.
I just don't like the thought of that happening to people.
Even creeps like Mabuchi, who murdered your boss without a second thought.
Even creeps like him. All I wanted was to knock that guy's lights out and hand him to the cops.
But by the time his lights were nice and knocked out, the Omi showed up, and you never saw him again, did you?
You really did kill him, didn't you?
Alright, I'm bored of messing with you. I didn't kill him.
Oh, had a feeling you didn't.
Why is that?
Hard to explain, but I don't get that vibe from you. Not one bit. In fact, it always kind of felt to me like your hard-ass act was just a show for your boys. A front you put on.
Ah, that's a little harsh there, eh, Kasuga-kun?
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
a bit
strike me
much.
as the type to lock guys up or torture them either. Especially one of your own, like Mabuchi.
He and I call the same place home. Nothing could make me take his life. But now, Songhui's in charge of the Yokohama Liu Meng. It's up to her to settle things if Mabuchi shows his face again. He's the reason Komi Jewel's a pile of ashes, so I don't think she'll be treating him as nice as I would.
Probably not.
Which is why I gave Mabuchi the heads up and told him to leave Ijincho.
Really? Well, that's taking things into your own hands.
A few of his boys went with him, and I forgave the ones that wanted to stick around. It's a hard reset. Clean slate for everyone. Songhui was good with that.
You two are more generous than I thought.
Mabuchi brought in a lot of cash for us, and he was damn consistent about it. The fact that he kept a bunch of shit hidden from us was an issue, but I could deal.
So you knew about it and you just let it slide?
The guys from my dad's generation were pissed, for sure. Kept saying Mabuchi was breaking sacred laws of the gang. But what did they expect from a sadist in Japan's most famous gray zone? And that he'd have a moral compass or some shit?
Seriously?
How about we toast to Mabuchi, wherever he might be?
Well, he's no friend of mine, but what the hell. If you can cheer to him, I can too.
Now we're talking.
All right. Meow. Bam, bam, bam. All right, so how we're gonna do this? Let's get rid of Dachi for Airy. Because I have enough money to do anything I'd ever want, to buy whatever I need. And this is going to take care of leveling up so I can fight whatever it is I need. And it looks like, speaking of fighting, we're going to be in for one now. Unless... Nope. Nope, they're on my side of the street. Can't let them do that. Yeah.
Well, let's go. You think you can win?
Oh!
Bring it on.
On.
Sure you want to get hurt? Just stand there?
Watch
Damn it!
I got this.
You're in for it now.
Ow! Bitch. Take that kick. Alright, so I'm level 35. God damn! See if they can walk away. Because what I need to get to is that manhole right around there. Right underneath Ichiban Confections. Seriously, dude? Seriously, dude? I get done with one fight and you're already picking another one, and the random encounters already picked up another? Fucking hell. Well, let's see if I can avoid them. I doubt it. 'Cause we're going the same fucking way. And we're going faster than they are. So... You're in my way.
Watch me.
I got this.
On.
I wouldn't underestimate me.
Ow. Ah!
Watch me.
Oh, right in the back. Oh no, 1 damage. Damn it, I missed him. Ow! Oh god, hit him over the hit him over the rail. Okay, done here. Alright, so if we go down... Nope. Okay. Let me save. And I'll show this off. So we're going back into the area where we ran away from Mabuchi in Chapter 6. That big 50-minute dungeon. And there's not a lot here that I'm worried about. But there are guys here somewhere.
Show me what you got.
But for now, let's just take care of some dudes. And I'll just let auto battle, because they're level 20. But what I'm looking for is level 35. And we'll know it when we see it. And when I defeat one, you'll know exactly why I'm in need of it. But all we gotta do is find one first. What I'm looking for, in particular, is something known as an invested vagabond. They look like guys in dirty hobo outfits with like green grass on their diaper, kind of. It's disheveled look. Definitely not these police officer dudes. They're very distinctive, and they only show up in these and maybe one. I've heard they show up in those rescue requests for part-time hero, but only once. But they show up here. There's also items down here, but I'm not all that plussed about it. That's not why I'm down here, so none of the items are all that special, so don't care. Now, the thing about these guys is that they're in a specific spawn point, too, so that should help narrow things down. So we'll just let this play out. But like I said, my main goal before the end of the game is to get level 60 or 70. In particular, level 50, because that's what the next boss is for you. Because after this point, the difficulty jumps from level 35 to 50. I'm not kidding. And they expected you to do that in one chapter. This is how. Not fighting these guys, but fighting some other guys. And fighting in another specific spot. And there are two in particular. But we'll show this off first. Because that way, I can get to like level 45 or 50, or maybe even more, in my off hours. And then the next time you see me, I'll be ready to just beat this fucking game's brains in. Now, I haven't decided as of yet which game I'm gonna do. I'm still putting my money on Final Fantasy IX, because I do at least want to play a Final Fantasy game each year on YouTube, but I'm also leaning towards Phoenix Wright. So if this video comes up before then, people can feel free to vote whether they'd want to watch Phoenix Wright or Final Fantasy version. Because Final Fantasy seems like more of a Twitch kind of game that I can do, but at the same time, I could also play on YouTube, so... And I'll explain why. And yeah, I'm talking over their beatdowns, don't worry about it. The reasoning behind it is, when I'm on Twitch, I want to focus on random encounters, turn-based battles, shorter RPGs. A game like this is a bit too long for a Twitch playthrough for me, because I'm only doing 2 days a week now. But a Final Fantasy game that's 30 hours, 40 hours, or even 50, Final Fantasy X, Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana, Chrono Cross, that sort of thing. And it's also not an action-based game. In an action-based game, I can record better on here and follow the action because I'm not dealing with an audience. So there is that to be considered. I can do a more action-based game, should I choose, you know, Tales of Arise. I'm not going to do that on Twitch because it's a longer game, there's less time for me to do it, and it's also a little harder to focus on when I'm dealing with chat, so you can see why I'm considering all those options first. So Tales of Arise and Phoenix Wright are kind of in ahead for me, because I'd want to do something like Final Fantasy IX or Secret of Mana on a Twitch stream, and then save the longer form stuff for me over here, whether I'm on camera or not. So those are just things I'm thinking about, and you know, hopefully all things considered, people enjoy that kind of methodology, because honestly, I like playing RPGs a lot. I do want to play stuff like Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. That would be a YouTube game. I just got through playing it for the first time last week, so that's definitely a YouTube type game. And also have to consider numbers-wise what makes the most sense. Because let's face it, playing, say, Final Fantasy IX or a Persona game might get me more numbers than something like this. Or something like a dot hack game. But I've already played dot hack when I first uploaded videos way back. But if I wanted to do Tales of Berseria again, I'd probably do it on YouTube because I've done it over here. Or I've done it on Twitch before. So, again, just thinking of things. Okay, the guy's not over here, so I'm not worried. So let's go over here. So again, having two forms of content that are fairly similar but done in different ways is different. Because I've told you before, in YouTube, it's a more passive platform. You upload a thing, and then you have to kind of talk your way through it because nobody's really talking. And I don't... Yeah, not who I was thinking. On Twitch, you're kind of at the mercy of if people are watching you or not. On YouTube, you can upload and just wait for people to watch or comment or whatever, and let that be the nature of things. On Twitch, it kind of feels like a pointless endeavor to play to nobody. And that might come as of as presumptuous, but you have to consider you're playing a video game to play a video game. But if you're doing it in a public time at a time, it feels disconcerting to play if nobody's watching. At least on a YouTube thing, I'm 2 or 3 weeks ahead of things. I can do this however the fuck I want to do it and talk about however the fuck I want to do it. So there's a difference. It's slight, but it is a difference because you're able to talk about the mechanics of the games more, you're able to talk through the characters more, and you're not trying to kind of gab with people. Which has its own merits, sure, but... And let's face it, I do this because my internet is spotty on Twitch anyway. I'm able to do certain things certain days, but what if the internet decides to fail on me? What if the internet just doesn't want to work and constantly breaks? Recording a video never breaks, usually. The only time it broke was one time during a podcast last week, so it's like, eh. So I can do this over and over and over again and not worry about it. And even with, now that we're into the time frame where the HD60X is a thing, it turns out that the audio hitches are only during recordings. They're not actually during playback. So nobody's going to see that the audio is like 1 or 2 seconds off. And it's easier to handle that in a YouTube setting. Ugh. It's easier to handle that in a YouTube setting. Yeah, he was wearing underwear. But whatever. It's easier to handle that in a YouTube setting, even though the expectations are higher because you're recording a thing rather than streaming a thing. I think on Twitch, like, if your game's running and you're a personality and you're doing a thing, nobody gives a shit. But that's why you have to build that base of people that are on at a time doing a thing, talking to you about the thing, but also talking about them and their day and what they're doing. And honestly, I'm not the best at it. I'm better than I used to be, but I talk about myself a shit ton.
Watch me.
I'm not great at talking about other people's things rather than, oh, okay, you know, just reacting to things. Because you have to do that, but you also have to be entertaining. It is harder to do, especially if you're introverted like me. But again, I like Twitch, and I like the fact that I'm able to do RPGs on Twitch again, like Final Fantasy X. But I also don't want to spend an entire year trying to play Persona 5 again on Twitch when I've already done it twice. You can see my mindset of, I've beaten it on both platforms. I can kind of safely set that aside for now and go about my business. But I also have to pick games that maybe I've done before, but maybe not on a specific platform. The thing about YouTubing it is, if I put it on YouTube, I'm kind of at that point where I can watch the game for the rest of the time. I don't have to play it again. Unless I really need to, because I'm experiencing the story again.
I got this.
It's an idea, it's a thought. No, not always. I'd love to play a game again, but, you know.
Why me?
You're in for it now.
Gotta do something about this.
You're in it now.
I wouldn't underestimate me.
I'm over here.
Okay, these guys are a little more hectic.
Let's go. This sucks.
You're in for it now.
Check this out.
Okay, hopefully this works.
Sure you want to get hurt?
Oh, man.
Sure you can see
Fuck.
me?
Well, that didn't work to my satisfaction. Damn.
Eyes on me.
Yes.
Well, let's get rid of this guy. If we can. There we go. But again, I think people can see why I'm trying to do two things at once.
Bring it on. Could be better.
Why me?
Alright, once I get done with this, I will call it a video. And then I'll do the Invested Vagabonds on their separate video. That's probably for the best. My god. Let's get rid of this.
Come on now.
Come on, this has got to get...
Over here.
Damn it!
You're in for it.
Okay, at least two people have taken care of it. Okay, we're coming over it. Okay. It's a start. Wow, he's up in the air.
Watch me.
Sure you want to get hurt? I got
Oh. But yeah, those are just some things I thought of. I'm not saying I'm not going to do Final Fantasy IX, but I also know that I don't have to do Final Fantasy IX.
right.
So again, I think if people want to say, hey, go with Final Fantasy IX, it's what you originally planned, I'd rather watch that. Or going right into Phoenix Wright and just making a very, very long Phoenix Wright session out of it. Because let's face it, I'm playing all three of the original games. I'm not fucking around here. Because I think either way, I'm going to be set for a long time. Final Fantasy for like a month or 2 months. Phoenix Wright for probably 6. But those are things I'm thinking of. But we made it to a stopping point for now. And if you want to leave, you can go up there. But I believe if we go down this way, we'll meet the Invested Vagabonds. That will be our goal for the next episode. But yes, if you guys are very particular about whether I should keep doing Final Fantasy IX as scheduled or move right to Phoenix Wright, let me know. And, you know, suggesting games in general, what I should do, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube, probably have an idea of what I'm already into, so we're probably on the same wavelength. But that'll do it for me, and I'll see you guys next time.